Hello everyone, Kaigan John here, and I am back with another video. So, today I am talking about Fuuto PI episode 3. Now, I know this video is like 2 weeks late, but then ever, I guess. You'll be getting episode 3 and episode 4 reviews back to back, and then next week, episode 5, should be at a regular time. Let's just jump right into this. So, like I said, last episode, it ended with them transforming, and now this episode starts with them fighting. This is the first ever fight scene we are seeing, like with the double suit and all that, and it's really good actually. It's pretty cool, and it's quite long. It has like 2 different sections, and we'll get to the second part in a few minutes here. But it starts off, just a regular fight. We also get to see for the first time the Luna Gaia memory being used. So then we have the combination of Luna Joker, which obviously looks really great. The light and then the dark. Main gimmick for Luna, which is the stretchy arm, which was kind of cool in the show, but seeing it animated, it's perfect. Like, it works perfectly. That's exactly how I expected it to be, and I'm really glad we get to see it. Very like Rubber House kind of goofy, too in-depth thing, and I'm glad they're showing it off pretty well here. The second part of the fight scene, because obviously you have them fighting, hand-to-hand combat, whatever, and then they go into the other dimension, the Shadow City, and the Road Dopant and Double have a bike chase, which, pretty cool, pretty typical Kamen Rider. During the bike chase scene, there is a remix of, I believe it is WBX. It's like I don't know what it's called. I don't know what the remix is called, but it is WBX, the main theme for Double. It's a remix of that. It's the same like beat and stuff, and like, I don't know. It's the same, but like the words are different. And it's sick. Plays throughout the whole entire fight scene up until the end, so they defeat the Road Dobant, and it was just exactly what I wanted. It seems like they're using the remix as like an insert theme, which is totally fine with me because I think it fits pretty well, and that's not completely uncommon for them to do, I guess. And the main theme for Fuuto PI wouldn't really fit anyway, so I'm glad we have a remix here to have that as a insert theme. In the chase, Taro switches out the Joker memory for Trigger. So this gives us our first look at the combination Luna Trigger. So it's the yellow and blue combination, and this one is more of a regular combination. I mean, it's a classic one from the show, one of like the main 3 or 4 or whatever. Absolute classic. I mean, come on, everyone knows this one. So glad to see that. You get the gun, you get the stretchy arm. So I'm glad it's here and we get to see it. At the end of the chase, obviously, when the Road Dopant is pretty much at his end, Shitari does a Joker memory and does a finisher. He does the finisher move, the extreme rider kick thing, where the 2 halves split up and like sort of offset and then do the kick. So they do that and it looks great. So far the animation and everything is such a good like treat for just fans, or just even people like me who just know like basic information about Double and stuff and seen like a little bit, but it's still pretty accurate and it looks really great, honestly. The Road Dopant is defeated, obviously, and his memory breaks, and everyone is back in the regular Fuuto City. So that Shadow City is presumably gone for the time being, I guess. Basically the first half of the episode. Now the second half of the episode is where we get, I guess, all the revelations we've been waiting for. Turns out the whole time, Chuta, which was the guy from the first episode, he was using a Gaia memory this whole time, using the Toadstool memory, which does turn into a Dopant, but we see it in a flashback, but he doesn't turn into it. He hid the Toadstool memory in his bag, which is why he wanted his bag back so bad. And it's basically that bag and him is the whole reason for the show even starting. So I guess shout out to him basically for hiding his his memory in the bag, and then because obviously he can't go to the police because they would definitely search the bag and stuff. So he thought he was smart, but turns out, yeah, he really wasn't. So it's a little bit unfortunate for him, but he gets what he deserves, basically. Big revelation here is that Tokime never could float or had any powers. Just used the shadow Fuuto dimension city thing to make it seem like she was floating or like doing all kind of weird stuff, and it worked because the shadow Fuuto dimension or whatever is like slightly offset, or like it's a different size or whatever to the regular Fuuto city, so it was like an illusion. Basically, her whole thing is like she's kind of like a magician. She uses like sort of sleight of hand movements and like different things to sort of hide what she's doing. So it's kind of interesting. I wasn't expecting that to happen, but I guess it makes sense that she wouldn't be this crazy like superpowered human with her dopant being broken. I mean, since we learned that Chuta had the guy memory and he was talking with Shotaro and the rest of them, the police were outside the door the whole time, and this they come in and they arrest him because he was suspected of purchasing a guy memory, which they literally say it's true, like he has it. So he's not suspected. It's confirmed it was him. So I don't know why they said that, but it's true. He does get arrested, and it's fair enough, honestly. Both compliment from Tokime. She kisses Shotaro, which, I mean, everyone was freaking out because like kisses rarely happen in Rider, if they do happen. So everyone's freaking out, and she's like, oh, I happen to like half-boiled, and only you can help me count on my sins, kind of flirty. So there's probably going to be more of a bond between them, and we'll see that grow as the show happens. Pretty sure. Really, Shotaro is like very shy. His face gets all red. He does like a pufferfish face. After she kisses Shotaro, she just walks into the police car, and then they drive off because even though she wasn't the witch, and even though I guess she technically isn't a dopant, she still stole from a lot of people, so she has to basically pay her dues, I guess. So she's gone for now, basically, and we know that it doesn't last long. That's basically the end of the T intersection witch, the story of the witch case. That the first 3 episodes was the first case, so we'll see what the next episode brings, basically. Just because the case is over doesn't mean the episode is. So after that, the next scene, Shotaro and Philip are practicing finishers, and then they use the metal guy memory. Guy memory is like the gray silver one, metal, and I believe it's the one with the staff. And they're also using the combo of heat metal, which is the first time we're seeing this in the show, like in action. Like I think we saw it in the opening, but that doesn't count. But it's the first time we're seeing it like being used, basically. So that's cool. We get to see all the main ones being used, except the obviously not the final form. After they defeat the guy who they're fighting, Tokime walks up out of nowhere and then tells Shotaro that she will be their new assistant, which is like out of nowhere, basically. And it's for the best, honestly. And I mean, Philip even says that the best way to unravel Tokime's past is by working at the detective agency, which honestly is kind of true, because like these are the only people who are gonna be able to help you out. So hopefully, and obviously, I think we're gonna learn more about her past and like why she has amnesia and what's going on. During that scene where they're at the agency, Tokime is like basically forces herself to go to Shotaro's like apartment, and she basically just steals it from him. So she's just sleeping in his bed now, and he doesn't like that, so he just goes back to the agency and he's like, I'm staying here now. Which is, it's weird because obviously he likes her, but like he's trying to make it seem like he doesn't, but like everyone knows he does, and it's just like no one's buying that, dude. Just send it. But I mean, Philip explains why he's like that. I'm not gonna get into that, but it makes sense, I guess, somewhat. But it's like, come on, man, we know, everyone knows. And then the episode ends. This episode ends in the Shadow Fuuto realm or whatever. And there's a man with the same hair color as Tokime, which is a red flag already. And he puts on a belt that I've never seen before. I think it's new. And he used Aurora Gaia memory to transform into this crazy looking dopant. And then he's like, Tokime, why the hell did you leave the city? And the episode ends. So that leaves us with a cliffhanger of, I'm guessing, the main enemy for this whole season and another piece to Tokime's puzzle. So I can't wait to watch more. Now, obviously, episode 4 is out. I haven't seen it yet. I will watch it and get a video out right after this one. So like I said, back-to-back Fuuto PI episodes, and then one next week. So slowly, we're getting to learn more about this stuff, and I can't wait. It's so far, the show's been good, and everything is very double. So I'm glad, and I hope everyone who's watching it is enjoying it. So yeah, that's it for this one. I will see you guys next time with episode 4 review, and then after that, we'll be back to a regular schedule, hopefully with episode 5 review. So I'll see you guys then.